A good shout. I'll have to agree with you that it's going to be a close one. I don't necessarily think I'll agree with you on the prediction
You're
here.
going
I
to
think
side with the
Gambit has a
GG bet odds.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the favorites for this one. Gambit, I think they can take this victory here. But let's get to the action. Gambit versus forZe in a best of 3, starting off here on Overpass, chosen by Gambit.
We are straight into the pistol round. You do have Z power with that kit for the CT side as forZe start on the defense. He's crack a bit of utility for him as well. Smoke HE. Well, Gambit, they've got right now a minute 20 on the clock. A smoke and a flashbang still to use for Nafani. P250 as well for Shiro. So they've gone for a bit of an upgraded pistol there to try and take those more long-range duels against the USPs. And, well, Jerry's going to be hearing a lot of these footsteps. That HE is going to do so much damage towards them. Oh, Axile and Shiro, the half HP before they even getting towards a site. And now it's a 4 on 3. Space Crack has gone down for that forZe side, and now Gambit, they need to try and hold the line here. Shiro still with that P250, hoping to take names here, but enters towards Monster with his teammate. Well, there goes his teammate. He's now going to try and back away, but these forZe players are just hitting all the shots. Shiro, the last player alive, and they're going to charge through the smoke. They're trying to knife him. No, not like this already. Not already. We cannot be having this sort of gameplay in just the pistol round. It is forZe who take it, but well, that's a bit of confidence for them.
Oh, yes, indeed. Brilliant timing on the nade there as well, as you pointed out, Dan. Threw it over onto that shot position, dealt so much damage that certainly helped them out. And again, those Glocks having a hard time connecting with the headshots. And it is forZe connecting their frags in this round. Picking up the pistol going in their favor, and they go straight for a tactical timeout. I wonder if this tactical timeout is to tell the players, you know what, maybe don't, like, rush him, 2 of you with a knife. Like, that's maybe not the smartest idea. But at the same time, I mean, they still won the round, and they didn't kill him, though. That not necessarily an issue here, but it does mean that he's got the Kevlar still. It is going to be pretty much a full eco here for Gambit, though. Some upgraded pistols, that's about it. Oh, missed smoke. Ouch.
Those are the sorts of things that are going to just be making this one a little bit easier for Gambit. Obviously, there's the end this map pick, but Flick with the M4 starting to just take control of this round. With Hobbit dealt with a pretty clean, well, I'd say pretty clean second round for forZe. They lose a couple players, although Gambit can't recover anything. We'll have plenty for the buy up into this next round.
Yeah, I like to see forZe going for a bit of aggression here. More than just going for a bit of aggression, I like the fact that they push so many players for that aggression. It means that even though they lose 2 players early on, they still have more players there ready to retaliate and find those frags and secure them the round. Had they only pushed 2 players forward, they would have lost 2 weapons. That would have given Gambit a real good opportunity. But look at this. Again, aggression coming through. Flipped. Pushing forward, finding the first frag. He does get taken down, but C-Power is still here.
Really nice aggression coming through. Almost gets away as well. I'm surprised he actually got found there by Nafani. But 4 on 4. Jerry over by the tree towards long will maintain control of this position as Gambit. They're going to start their approach towards the B site instead. 2 players still here for forZe, and Almazer just on a bit of a jiggle, spots out the shadow, trying to pull his smoke, but player already forward. The MP5 is still good to take the kill. Looking for a second, can't find it. Now Face Crack needs to step up, and he will. 3 on 2 for the forZe side. Molotov raining towards his position. He's going to be shifted off of his previous angle. And with Jerry coming in from the connector, Hobbit has fallen off on. He's all left on his own. Bomb on his back, AK in his hand. 3 players to fight. He's definitely heard those steps towards the barrels there. forZe are just making sure they don't give themselves up right now. Jerry's going to be watching the exit out of Monster. Z-Power watching towards short, and FaZe just going to be making sure he's not going to be able to get a plant on the bomb site without a challenge. Stefani does push further forward. forZe realise with 15 seconds on the clock that it has to be the B site, and Jerry goes down, but Z-Power is quick on the trade, and that is forZe a very nice third round with the guns out.
Yeah, third on the board, and again, as pointed out, Flit just rushing forward, shutting down any aggression that Gambit tried to push forward with initially. Great stuff there from Flit. Does get caught out, but his teammates shutting down any of the other aggression coming through from Gambit. So very good start early on here for forZe. You can see that once again it is going to be a bit of a limited buy here for Gambit. Once again, we do see slight aggression early on. So be careful now, because we do have those Deagles in play. We do know that they can deal quite a bit of damage. Almasa going down early on as well. Jerry needs to try and see if he can find a bit of success over towards the B bomb side alongside with FaZe, because we do have a couple of players lurking in that position.
Oh no. Gambit have already found 2 kills with the pistols. And that is not fun for the forZe side, because that means that Axile, he has himself that M4. Shiro was wielding it, takes a lot of damage though, and now they're going to be able to group up and try and hit towards this A site, and there's only one player in defense, that is Flit. He's going to have a lot of work on his hands here with this M4. Already 4 kills to his name in this game. Well, it's going to need to stack that tally up quite a large amount. There's the first. Was a low HP of Shiro, and a lovely second shot there. He's finding more, but can only find damage onto Axel. 2 kills. It makes things doable for the forZe side. A 2-on-3. As the bomb will get planted, it's going to be to retake towards A, and if Jerry can find this shot, which he certainly does onto Inters, it leaves a 2-on-2, and Axel low on HP. Both of the Gambit players pushed out towards long. Nefani's going to try and swing his way closer. Oh, he looked the wrong way, and Jerry has a second, and now it's all up towards Axile. 20 HP. He's going to have to try and take the fight here. He can't allow him to get on the bomb and stick in, and he does find Jerry. But a quick trade from Z-Power. The Deagle just collects the 1, and forZe, they somehow bail themselves out of that 3-on-5. Huge kills coming through from both Jerry and Flit.
Yeah, that's incredibly smart play as well. What we saw there from Jerry is that he gets the first frag on the player who's hiding right behind flower beds, and then he actually falls back because he's got that inkling that there's potential of someone sitting or pushing out from that long position, trying to flank the flank, basically. He's patiently waiting for that, and he finds that kill. I probably wouldn't have checked the right-hand side either after your teammate just went down over at the flower bed. And then Z-Power, he's just waiting for so long, more or less baiting his teammate, and that's exactly what you need in a situation like that when you're outnumbered and basically outgunned as well. You need these players to come up with some big brain moves, and that's exactly what did. So, this time around with the AP, but missed opportunity here.
You remember that last round was just pistols from Gambit. So forZe, they really need to make these next couple rounds are clean. Because Gambit, they have themselves this full ban. Oh, forZe, I love this. I love CT aggression and overpass. This is absolutely perfect. That kill towards A long isn't perfect for forZe. That's Jerry going down by so much as a scratch. Lit now emerges from connector, finds Hobbit. A push coming through long that forZe really needs to worry about her. As Nefani's going to be up in towards height already. Axel looking for these flanking players, but there's a the flank, and forZe are just so good with their positioning. How are they finding all these tags? The bomb has been dropped out towards them as well, and Barney finds 1, looking for more. He takes a lot of damage, a 2-on-3 for them, as he will recover the bomb, take down a kill onto FaZe crack, and Inters are finding all the shots now. Balmers is still there. There's still a rock to try and hold it down, but Gambit finally pick up the final kill, a first on the board for them, but it is a difficult slog.
As you pointed out, insane positioning by forZe in all these rounds. They've already shown us very early into this game that they know exactly what they're doing on this map, and that's not something I necessarily expected. Did point out that they've had mixed results here on Overpass, and actually last time they met Gambit just 9 days ago, they also played Overpass. In that one, Gambit did manage to secure victory, but it was incredibly close, 16-14, so all rounds of regulation being played. And actually, Gambit won most of their rounds on, well, both teams won most of their rounds on the T side. So that's a little bit interesting. We saw 11 rounds going in favor of Gambit on their T side and 10 rounds in the favor of forZe on their T side. So fairly heavy T-sided map according to that single sample size. I know it's not a big sample size, but hey, at least it's there. Let's take what we can get. But yes, pointed out, very close game last time these two teams met. And with Overpass in that last time these two teams met being so heavily favoring the T side, this is already a pretty good start here for forZe. But obviously for this round, they are on a force buy. It's not going to be an easy task for this one.
Certainly not an easy task. As I said, they needed to win out some clean rounds for forZe, but they can't even win the round. So they are left. I mean, Z-Power has himself an AWP, but they do go for the force by a few deagles of CZ. But we'll see if that's going to be enough for them, as Gambit have had a bit of a look towards a site, but over towards B. It's Axel catching Almas having a bit of a peek in towards the monster, and that's a nice opening kill for the Gambit side to find as they try and give themselves a second on the board. Oh, that gap in the smoke for FaZe Crack. I don't know if Gambit can see him back in return. He could find a kill or two here from this position, but as it starts to fade, he will back away. Wisely so. But will they get caught out as the push comes through? Hobbit gets the first and second as well. His first 2 kills of the game. Now he's starting to build up a bit of momentum for himself, as it's just Z-Power and Flit. And they may just try and save this AWP here. As it's currently situated over in the connector. Flit might try and find damage from heaven, but with no kills at all found for the forZe side, it's going to be difficult to try and limit the Gambit economy. The only thing that would maybe be pushing them forward to do that would be the fact that last round Gambit, the only one with 1 player alive, so they don't have the greatest economy behind them. But it's not the end of the world. But especially with 5 players alive here, that'll certainly be building up quite a lot of cash for that T side.
You're absolutely right in saying that holding on to the AWP is more or less all they can hope for in that scenario. It's a 2-on-5 situation. They probably also know that Gambit is not going to be hunting too much, because Gambit didn't have like a ton of money in the bank. They could have like used 1, maybe 2 players to push forward, try and see if they could find that AWP. But they also knew that forZe were going to be on an eco for this round. Having 1 AWP could potentially land them a couple of kills, but more than likely not going to get too much out of it. And most likely they're probably just going to see if they can hold on to it for the next round again. It is going to be mostly the eco here, though. Do have that AWP and Desert Eagle pulled into this round from the previous. Other than that, it's just USPs. No kits, no utility. Only Kevlar and armor on the players from the previous round. But Z-Power, he's looking towards the monster pipe. In the meantime, Exile, he's pushed up on short.
He's going to get caught out, though. He manages to get himself behind the sandbag, so... Well, now his position's known. Fires off a lot of shots towards Z-Power, who still has that AWP. Can't collect the kill, though. 60 points remaining of his HP is. They'll rotate a lot of players up towards that A site, feeling then it is going to be A, and they are correcting the assumption for the time being. But look at this aggression as well from the forZe side. Z-Power posted up watching as they push forward, but now a bit of contact made. They need to be careful, forZe, here. If they really want to take this round, they need to make sure they play this one perfect. Jerry, he's going to burn in the flames, and they're just clearing out all of the angles. Oh, Gambit are so methodical here, but Z-Power's the unknown. Z-Power takes down Inters, but he's left in a 1 versus 4. There's just no escape in that position. He'd have to hit some absolutely insane shots to get out of there as Gambit. They do find a third on the board, clearing out these low-buy rounds from the forZe side.
One could argue in that scenario, obviously you want as many players there to try and deal as much damage as possible, while still trying to secure the round, but I mean, the chances of them winning a round like that, where they have 3 players on just USPs, is slim to none. One could argue it would have been a better idea to just force C-Power a little bit further back, and if they successfully killed the rest of his teammates, he could just dip out of there and leave, try and hold on to that AWP. That's not quite what they went for, though. In says he'll find the opening frag here on Flit.
This fight for FaZe is going to be absolutely pivotal, and he can't win it out. And Gambit, they secure a 2-man advantage, so Gambit really starting to get into their stride here, hitting a lot of nice shots. It is a 5-on-3. And Z-Power, as you say, still just with that Deagle this round, is not going to be a huge factor. If you can maybe pick up the weapon of one of his teammates or catch out a player throwing a nade here, and he will find Nafani trying to line up a bit of utility, collects the AK, and that's now at least an upgraded weapon, as well as with this kill towards Sal, towards the B site. forZe, they're fighting back in this round. More damage done, but Almaza can't find the kill. It's going to be up to Jerry and Z-Power to try and hold the line now, as Z-Power's still rotating over. Is Jerry going to take it? Is he going to take aggression towards? Sure, he is. That's going to catch Hobbit, and he's able to get into that position as well. A 2v2 now for the forZe side. They've worked back in their favor. Jerry's going to find even more. Now Z-Power, just 9 points to find on Inters. It is going to be the kill, and forZe, they pull out the round in a 3-on-5. Huge kills coming through, especially just that one from Z-Power to take down the player out towards Party when he only had a Deagle. Very, very nice find.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. They had no business taking that round. Absolutely none. As you pointed out, the first 2 frags going in the favor of Gambit there. You also said, again, you hit it completely. FaZe, he had a very important frag to find. He didn't even deal any damage. Went down without a fight, basically. Very, horrible scenario for forZe to be in, and somehow they still managed to pull it through. That's kind of ridiculous, man. Kind of ridiculous. forZe showing up in style here on the map choice of Gambit. Now we do have that AWP coming through for C-Power as well, and he is doing pretty well with it. He's sitting on 7 frags currently, Flit on 7 as well. Jerry, with a lot of aggression, he's on 9. Over on the opposite side, we have 9 for Nafani. He's been the key player for Gambit thus far. 5 for Hobbit and Exile, and 4 for Inters and Shiro. C-Power just watching for the boost. But as we can see on the minimap, nothing is going to show. Very important round here for Gambit as well.
It certainly is. If they lose this one, forZe will be on 6th. And I mean, there's a bit of economy still for Gambit and Reserve. It's not going to be all too great, though. It'll be, what, 1,900 coming in? 2,400 coming into their account. So I think they could actually get, I think they could still get a somewhat okay buy through for most players. However, it's still going to be another round for forZe, and Flit is just absolutely magical. He can't find a second, though. Maybe shouldn't have gone for that peak on the second play. Maybe should have just tried to consolidate his position when he wanted to try and give the forZe side a 2-man advantage. And with that, with the players towards A going down, it is forZe just going for the save here. This MP9, the AWP, the M4. Going to carry in towards the next round because forZe's economy is really not all too great.
Yes, I pointed out, very important round here for Gambit. Now, the fact is that even if Gambit lost this round, they would actually still have a decent amount of money and could potentially muster up a somewhat solid force buy at the very least. But they want to make sure that they get the most of their rounds on the T side here, because that seems to be the trend. When we look back at not just the last match that these two teams played here on, or the last time these two teams played here on this map, even the time before then, it was incredibly close. So obviously, Gambit, they want to make sure they get as many rounds as possible here on this first half on their own map choice. If they fail to do so, forZe could find that confidence and potentially run away with this one. I think at this point, what we need to see is FaceCrack. I always mess up his name. I don't know why. It's so easy for everyone to say except for me, apparently. FaceCrack. What we need to see from him is him stepping up a little bit. If he does so, it's going to be incredibly difficult here for Gambit, I feel like. FaceCrack has been lacking a little bit, not finding a whole lot of luck thus far. If he managed to find a bit of extra success moving forward, I think it's going to be a very tough scenario for Gambit. But for this round, decent buy here for forZe due to 3 players holding onto their weapons from the previous. And obviously the full buy here for Gambit. Decent amount of money left over as well on pretty much every single player.
There is a lot of cash, yeah, but for the Gambit side. And Exile, he sees that door open, sees it closed, knows there's a player at least in there. We'll be calling that out to his teammates as they actually have a couple players over towards the top of the connector, like the ladder side, just making sure nobody pushes forward. But Exile, he's able to scoot his way towards short and find a kill towards that B side. That is Almazer, who's not having the funnest of times so far on Overpass. But it's going to be this B site that's under attack, and FaceCrack is the only player here. He needs to get the kills if he can deny the plan. Oh, that'll be huge, but he can't find it inside of the smoke. He could have single-handedly won the round there, but instead, it's going to be Gambit surely to find another 3-on-3. It's going to need to be the retake to come through for forZe. And this flank from Inters could be absolutely everything for this Gambit side, as it will find Flit Exile with one more, and it's all up towards D-Power. Tagged up. Spotted out. Get baited as well. Just find the second shot instead to keep himself alive. But forZe and FaceCrack especially could have stolen that round away. Just not able to hit the spray in the smoke. That's a pretty common plant spot as well.
Yeah, true. And FaceCrack, he's missed his opportunity time and time again in this game already. We're only 10 rounds in, and it's been at least 3 times where we've seen FaceCrack missing his opportunity, not dealing damage. You pointed out that round, I think it was like 3 rounds ago, where he was out towards the long position, and he didn't even manage to deal any damage towards Stefani, who just took him down with a well-placed headshot. FaceCrack definitely needs to step it up here for forZe to have a good chance on this map. I still feel like Mirage is one of those puck-heavy maps where honestly anything can happen. But for this one, and for forZe to have a good chance in this best of 3, they need to see, especially FaceCrack stepping up. If he doesn't, I think this Gambit could run away with this one fairly quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, D-Power and Jerry are certainly both finding shots of their own. D-Power, I just feel like hasn't had many chances to, as this round is pretty much all said and done. It's a 4-on-2, and Just unarmored players here for forZe. Amazon has recovered the AWP that Z-Power had. And he's going to be able to net a shot with it, looking for a little bit more, but into the crosshairs of Shiro he will walk. And it is just flip. 1 versus 3. He has a deagle in hand. I mean, could find something with that, I guess. His position is now very well known as he fires off some shots through the connector wall. This is one of the most awkward fights I've ever watched in my entire life. Okay, fair enough. Well, not awkward anymore. Maybe awkward for Hobbit, but Flidus is nailed him through the connector wall. So there's that.
But you're absolutely right. So awkward. It kind of reminded me of the I don't know if you remember this, but it like you might be too young. I don't remember when this came out, but Ali G in the house.
Ali G. I know him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That fight kind of reminded me of one of the opening scenes where a lot of gangsters are shooting weapons at Ali G. And he's just standing at a wall, and there's a perfect outline around him at the end of it. They don't hit him one.
Like a cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. 6th on the board here for Gambit, though. As pointed out, Gambit already doing all right here. A bit back and forth early on. The last couple of rounds have gone in the favor of Gambit. Good position to potentially find another one here with Flip going down early. It's gonna make it even more difficult for forZe.
Things are straying into the not fun territory for forZe here. Especially as Z-Power gets tagged up to just 4 HP, and that's a interesting choice. Why did he go in front of the box? That is a crazy decision from Z-Power there. I just have no idea why he chooses to walk in front of the box, and now everybody's just getting killed for forZe. FaZeCrack can't do anything on the site. It's Almazer and Jerry who need to save their weapons, the AWP and the M4. I mean, like... Can you help me? Do you understand why Z-Power might have ran in front of the boxes to cross site?
Nah.
Okay,
really.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, right. Well, at least I'm not being incredibly dumb or anything. That's good. Which has been known to happen, especially on broadcast.
Nah, I mean, it's a little bit. So what we saw early, and we mentioned it as well, was incredibly good positioning by forZe. What we're seeing now is the exact opposite. It's kind of weird. The first, what, 4 rounds or something like that, their positioning was insane. They knew exactly how to maneuver around the map to make sure that they came up behind their opponents and kept their opponents guessing at all times. At this point, they're getting caught out in weird situations or weird positions that they probably shouldn't be in, and they're losing duels that they should win any day of the week. Almazer going for the peak with the AWP.
And... FaZeCrack, I mean, that's one way to try and get yourself back into a game. Just a blind headshot with a deagle. Fair enough, he has been taken down and returning his stealth. Gambit with the advantage. Z-Power with an AWP towards short, hoping to catch players on the cross. Misses his first chance, and there's a lot of shooting and a little killing. As Z-Power now Molotoved out of his position, hoping to find this player in connector. Flip will do the honours for him. As they try and escape, Flip will actually find a second kill, but with only 27 HP combined between the two of them, they're just going to skedaddle out of there. And actually, Shiro, he heard the step. He heard the step. Surely he must have heard the step there to take this angle now.
I could see it on his reaction. You could see it on the jump he coming through as well. That was a sure bait move. Yeah, as you pointed out, perfect. So the orb gone. Flit could potentially peek out and find it, but Shira is actually holding the angle, so that's not going to happen either. Nade? Not quite. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Because they actually managed to get a couple of kills there. Flit getting a nice little double in connector, as you pointed out. Picking up the AK as well. At that point, they should have just tried to hold on to those weapons and get as far away as possible. As you pointed out, 27 HP between the two. Combined. Like, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous to go for a fight. And even the exit frags, they definitely shouldn't do that in that scenario. Well, one could argue that they want to try and deal some economic damage, but they know that the economy must be amazing for Gambit, so even a bit of economic damage doesn't matter at all at this point.
No. The only thing is that they do have the full buy here. So it's not cost them too much. And they'll be sorry, I had to sneeze. Came out of nowhere. As I mean, they've sent XZ power with that orb just through connector and round the back. Is he's hoping this B site can hold on for as long as possible. But right now, it's falling one by one, brick by brick. As the bomb will be planted, it's Jerry and Z power 2 versus 4. And this is looking like Gambit are going to secure a 9th. It's just all going wrong for the forZe side here. Like, skill from Z Power does at least get 1 in return, but he should just back away. Take this AWP into next round, take the AK into the next round, and that's looked like exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, don't go for anything fancy here. Don't try and find exit frags. Just hold on to those weapons. Play together, play off each other, make sure that you're covering all the angles, and then just sit tight and wait for the round to end. That's exactly what they'll do. I'm kind of confused why the Gambit players didn't go for a hunt here, because as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, they have so much money to work with, so they should have definitely pushed out and tried to see if they could find the frags there and take those weapons away from them. Because regardless, they would still have plenty of money to reinvest into this round. You can see even after reinvesting into this round, we still got 12,000 on 3 of the players. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Maybe expecting that forZe were going to go for something, especially after that kill from Z Power. Maybe just not wanting to give the round up. As Exile finds the opening kill. They took him down low, but as they push forward, Hobbit. Oh, Hobbit, no, not like that. Face crack is crouched behind the barrels. Hobbit can't hit the head, and face crack will get the kill in return. A couple actually come through the forZe as they look to try and find a 6th on the board. A lot of damage done either way there in that exchange, though, and the second Molotov through, hoping to finish the job, but Jerry is good with the AK. And now it's just Inters and Nafani. The 2 on 4 as they're going to try and dart up towards that A site. There is still D-Power positioned with the AWB, hoping to find some frags. But he's watching the toilets rather than the short position, and either way, the timing works out for him, and Nafani falls while trying to dodge the flashbang, and D-Power gets a second. Good work from forZe, just to pick up a 6th at the end of the half. We will be heading to a short break, and we'll see you on the other side.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. I want it, love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, what I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yes, what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like a chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, what I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find it.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half going live. It's Gambit versus forZe here on Overpass, chosen by Gambit. Gambit coming out on top with 6 rounds in a row in that first half to finish it off. 9-6 in their favor. Gambit are the favorites, continuing to be the favorites here for GG Bet. Fairly heavy favorites at this point, actually. And this is kind of what I expected from this one. I expected Gambit with a fairly strong start. It was actually forZe with the strongest start. And they had real good positioning early on, but then they fell off a bit. And again, we need to see some of these players stepping up here. FaceCrack and Almace, I'm looking at you. Now forZe going for that fast aggression in this pistol round.
Nice shot from Gambit, though. Just netting down every single body that's entering in towards the site. Z-Power and FaceCrack are only able to muster up a couple between them, and Gambit up to double digits pretty quickly there. Nice work.
Very similar pistol round to what we saw in the first half, actually. In the first half, it was forZe on their CT side, and Gambit decided to go for something rather quick towards the B-bomb side. Jerry had a good round there in the first pistol, shutting them down and securing that pistol round in the favor of forZe. And now it's Gambit doing pretty much the same thing, just holding off on the B-bomb side, shutting them down very, very quickly, making things quite difficult here for forZe. They're going to be on a full eco for this round. That's quite a bit of an 8 damage onto Almazer.
Yeah, he's not feeling too good anymore after that one. Gonna be having some ringing ears for a couple of days, I think, with an explosion like that. But one interesting note I just want to touch on here in this round, considering we have a bit of time just to talk, is the ROR points. Obviously, for both of these teams right now, they sit just outside the top, like the qualification for the major in the 6th and 7th and 6th. So it's this is actually, well, right now they're both already, with the points they'll get as minimum, they're both already gotten into the top 5, overtaking Espada technically. But so this one, this game is going to, what I'm trying to say is the game is going to determine who's got that 5th spot as of right now, essentially, which is the final qualify spot for the major. Because right now, Actually, I think... Yeah, because if forZe win, they'll be able to overtake Gambit in points. And they'll both overtake Espada. So, yeah, pretty clean round, though, for Gambit there. It's obviously just against the Pistols. Wasn't really much to talk about. Pretty self-explanatory round. And Gambit up to 11, a 5-round lead.
As you pointed out, not a lot to talk about in that round, so good on you for bringing up something a little bit different. Something a little bit more important, because as you pointed out, just Glocks, not a whole lot left for them to do in a round like that, of course. Gambit's 11 on the board, 5-round lead. Already a bit of a rough one here for forZe. Good amount of damage dealt to Intas early on as he falls back towards the barrel position now. Bit of damage dealt towards C-Power and Almacer. We do have the AWP in play now, but it's a glass cannon for C-Power. He needs to hit some gnarly shots to be able to make that work, and that's exactly what he'll do. Exile overstays his welcome, and he'll get punished for it. Only one remaining defender over towards the A bomb site here. Still no rotation coming through, but good timing on that molly.
Yeah, I think Gambit may just be gambling on, well, if Nafani can find anything towards it, we may try and go for the rotation, but right now in a 5-on-4 with these SMGs, we'll gamble our look towards B, and the fact that it might be a bit of a fake towards A, but now Nafani is going to start to realise that no, this is the real hit. He gets the first, can't find any more. And a 4-on-3 for the forZe side, and it's Gambit who still just aren't really moving. They'll try and save that up, most likely. Although Shiro is the closest player towards that A site. Still not really budging. I'm actually really curious as to what Gambit are doing here, because they're like half saving, but only with the lesser weaponry. Like the AWP is still like right underneath A site.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting one here for Gambit, but so what they decided very early in that round is that they wanted to basically throw all their eggs in one basket, and that was the bomb site. And that's exactly what they ended up doing. They had 3 defenders over towards the B bomb site. Intas took a lot of damage early on. Exile went down. He probably shouldn't have overstayed in that position and waiting for the smoke to dissipate. But he did, and that cost him his life, and then quickly taking down, I believe it was Nefani up on the A bomb side as well. Making it pretty difficult there for Gambit to do much about it. What they could have done is go for early rotation from the B bomb side back towards A, but even with that could have been over-rotating a little bit. So they decided against it, decided to hold on to the B defense, and then just hold on to their weapons. But it also means that their buy for this round is a little bit for mixed bag, so to speak. Up it on an SMG, 2 for mass and play. Already used quite a bit of their utility as well. Good opportunity in this one for forZe. Have the chance of pushing it to 8. And if they manage to do so, it'll give them a decent chance of getting back into this game. As pointed out, it was 6 rounds in a row in favor of Gambit. Towards the later stages of that first half. And then picking up the first 2 for this one as well. But forZe, good opportunity here.
Bit of pressure applied towards this A site as forZe start to look aggressive. Just with flits over towards the B site, hoping to keep some rotations away from that A site. However, 3 players in towards the A site are going to be able to put up a couple of kills now as Axel and Shiro find 1 apiece, and no replies from forZe as of yet. But Jerry, oh no, Jerry doesn't confirm the kill, and now the bomb does get planted, but a 2-on-4, sorry, 2-on-5, making a 1-on-5. As Z-Power gets caught, it's just split rotating all the way over from that B site, and the bomb's already being defused. There's just no chance of him getting there. It is going to be a very, very clean round from Gambit. 5 players alive. Nafani probably should have died on the site as Jerry tries to switch his aim away. A bit too early there.
Gambit somehow managing to secure the victory in that round. Fairly strong fashion as well. forZe still in a 5-round deficit. Still in a rough spot. Gambit, they're doing pretty good in this game. I mentioned it already in the first half. Initially, it was actually looking incredibly great for forZe, I would say. But after the first 5 rounds, Gambit took pretty much full control of the game. And they've kept that momentum ever since. They've kept control of the game ever since. Pretty much every single round, even the rounds that they lose, they still keep control of it. In the by just controlling the pace of the game basically, and deciding when they want to hold back and when they want to save, and more or less control exactly what's going on in the round. Exile again, a forward stand, but oh, he can't find the shots. No damage dealt. That's rough. Shiro in a forward stance. This could hurt Gambit here.
Clean little kill. It evens things up into the 4-on-4, but forZe, they're going to be heading in towards the B site. Nice Molotov to try and delay the push forward for the forZe side, but Gambit, they're going to be under a lot of pressure now. As they work their way in, Hobbit's in a nice position towards the sandbags to get the first onto Almazur, and another one comes through as well. How have they not dealt with him? They have HGs, they have smokes. Flick goes up over the top. And that, well, he gets one, but quickly traded out. It's just Z-Power all on his own. And 5 seconds on the clock. He's just going to be saving his AWP, and it's going to be 13 for Gambit as they get closer and closer to closing out their own map pick here.
Again, as pointed out, Gambit deciding to go for a bit of aggression up towards the bathrooms on the A-bomb side, and then forZe deciding to rotate off it after finding that initial kill on Exile. Hobbit, key player in that round though, pushing through connector up towards bathrooms, finding that clean headshot, shutting down the single player who was trying to make something happen towards A, and then quickly rotating back closer towards the B-bomb site, helping out his teammates. He finds a triple kill for the round. Key kills coming through from him as well. What's interesting in that round actually is that Insus, he was sitting on the backside of the plywood on the bomb site. He was just sitting there crouched down the entire time, patiently waiting for anyone to push up towards the bomb site, giving him the opportunity for that headshot angle, peek his head right above the box, or the plywood rather, and then shut down any player who was sitting like close towards the bomb site. And as soon as he did that, well, the round was over, and that's the 13th on the board for Gambit. Just 3 rounds remaining for them to shut this one down. But this time around, forZe going for the smoke wall towards the A site.
He's cracked with quite a lot of damage. Exile's just going to hold down Mouse 1 and spray down 2. He gets a 3rd. Can't quite get a 4th for himself, but Split will take him down. But Gambit, they'll secure the 14th. 4 players surviving. And now forZe, they'll get guns out, but is it going to be enough for them? They have to try and find 7 here to tie up the game against Gambit.
The problem in that round is the smoke wall is such a nice trick, and I love to see the smoke wall. I'm a sucker for smoke executes and perfectly timed executes, and that was a perfectly timed setup for those smokes. The problem there, as I was trying to say, is that forZe didn't flash Exile. You need to have 2 flashes with decent timing to be able to shut Exile down in that position. And obviously at that point you still need to check the position. He should never be able to get a triple kill in that scenario. He was very close to finding the quad as well. Almazur though, rushing up, and this time he finds Exile, excuse me. Not much of a fight, and he was the sole defender on the table side as well.
Yeah, an opportunity for forZe to kill their way around here, but you can't keep relying on just individual players to find an opening for you. You need to have some sort of cohesive unit working together. Hobbit does spot the head bouncing away from the site, and as FaceCrack gets caught close angle, it's now a 4-on-3 for the Gambit side as they're starting to push forward. Alma's there at the flower bed, he can't find anything. Z-Power at the other flower bed, can he get anything himself? As Jerry does get one for himself. Hobbit quickly deals with Z-Power, it's now all up to Jerry, but he can only muster up one in the round, and it is going to be the Fob defuse. Gambit up to 15, and even with that great kill from Malmazer to get them in towards an 8 site, they're still not able to pick up the round. It still doesn't even look competitive. Gambit, the CT side has been an absolute steamroll.
Yeah, as I said, Gambit, they've just taken complete control of this game. Ever since that first half, they've just run away with it. We can see that the GG bet odds still heavily favoring Gambit. And I think they're absolutely right in that regards. Again, second map in this best of 3 is going to be Mirage, chosen by forZe, and that's a very puck-heavy map. And with the way that these Gambit players are playing right now, that's going to be very difficult for forZe. We need, again, FaceCrack and Almason to step up. Almason has been stepping up here in the later stages of this game, but he needs to be consistent from the get-go on that second map to be able to make something happen for this one, I think.
Good kills, though, from forZe this time that do give them a 4-on-3 over towards an A site. However, the bomb is still on rotation over. They've not actually secured the bomb site yet. And Barney's still here with the M4 looking for more shots. He does just about get the first. Jerry will trade him out and keep forZe in the advantage, and that's the A site secured. Flit on the flank over towards that B site, hoping to catch a player rotating, but actually needs to be careful because he's getting flanked by Hobbit now. Oh, doesn't fully check the angle. He's going to make his way in towards Connector instead, and Inters could get caught out by Flit here. It's all ever so tight on the timings. Does Inter spot him? Does at the very last moment. But it is Flit who finds the kill, and now Hobbit all is lonesome. I mean, already called the save. He's going to be an 8th on the board for forZe. Really? Is this just prolonging the inevitable?
Yes.
Do they need to go for some... Okay. Do they need to go for some, like, a PP Bison rush or something, forZe? At some point.
No meme plays, please. Just forZe, what they're trying to do here is boost the morale on the team. They know that this is more or less over. Obviously, you never want to give up in a game of Counter-Strike. We've seen massive comebacks in the past. There is always that possibility of them making something happen here. It's a very slight probability for them, though. So obviously, I think it's safe to say that this is more... I think it's more or less safe to say that this is going to go in the favor of Gambit very shortly. That being said, if forZe can manage to find a couple of rounds and muster up a decent enough comeback on this, they could potentially take that momentum into the next game and make it work out for them. Again, they need to see some of these players stepping up, and by fighting with all they got in these rounds, they could potentially, quote-unquote, warm up those players. They should have warmed up before the game, and they did. I'm not going to say they probably did, because they definitely did. But it's still different from warming up and then actually playing in the server in an official game. It's quite different. So obviously with that, maybe this is giving them a bit of confidence. Yeah, no room for mistake here for forZe, and losing a player early on to Hobbit could potentially hurt them. Could potentially make this somewhat one-sided affair. You managed to fight back though, Jerry, finding the frag on Exile.
That at least evens things up, with Flit going down early. Nice nade though. Does tag FaceCrack down low a little bit further, and now as they try and make their way in towards this A bomb site, the player tucks in over at Optimus, hoping to find shots, but FaceCrack is aware, and a beautiful flashbang from Almazer facilitates that. FaceCrack will double himself up. Shiro has been able to find Jerry with the AWP, But a 3-on-2, forZe are still in the advantage. FaceCrack's going to be pushing for the kill, and free for him in the round now. And this could be the resurgence of FaceCrack. What a tale that would be. They'd write comic books about him.
I'm not sure about that.
The amazing FaceCrack.
You're still sitting on a roughly 0.5 KD ratio, which is not amazing. So
no,
still needs a little bit more to step this one up and bring it back to comfortable ground. I have to say he's not gonna survive here. He was below half.
The amazingly mediocre FaceCrack.
Yeah. You know you take so much damage in that situation, or in that position, sorry. So he should have known that he was gonna die from the bomb in that spot. At least if you've played this game quite a bit, if you played this map quite a bit, you should know rough estimates on the bomb ratio. We still see a lot of players actually going down to the bomb. We've seen, you and I have actually seen it quite a bit, both for IEM New York and for IEM Beijing qualifiers. It's quite interesting. It's one of those things that back when I used to play and when I used to coach and stuff, I would always write down rotation times. I would always write down spots I could hide in if the bomb was about to go off, and I would like, you know how you did your times table back when you were in school. I basically did the same, but with like rotation times and stuff. I was just sitting there writing down my rotation times. How long would it take for me to rotate from the B bomb side to the A bomb side, just to get it like ingrained in me, so I know, okay, if I got 20 seconds left, I still got time for it.
I never did my times tables really. I just learned by trial and error when I was
mostly error, I suppose. Oh no, look at this.
Mostly error.
No.
But this round is going very, very badly wrong for forZe. Oh dear. Against Pistols, they've lost 3 players and they've got 3 to find themselves. As Jerry's left on 22 HP, Z-Power with the AWP as well. And a minute on the clock, they can still win this one out, forZe. They can still find double digits, they can still keep themselves in this game, but not if they keep making mistakes like this. And, well, chance, Z-Power gets one. Shero spotted dropping towards the back of the site, and nice shot from Jerry to try and recover the round as it's all up towards Axile, a 1v2. AK in hand though, but no armor for him. If he denies the plant here, that would be huge, but inside the smoke and round the corner, not going to be able to spot him out. As Axile creeps his way forward, if he finds the author, that could be huge, but if he's only able to tag Z-Power low, and as Jerry emerges from the smoke, it is going to be a 10th from forZe, a very, very close round. And as we're talking about the times tables, forZe have now discovered what 2 times 5 is.
Oh, you thought you were clever there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Gambit, they're on 3 times 5 already. They're in the advanced mathematics classes. They can even do 5 times 3.
Let's see if they can get up to a prime number here, forZe. Let's see if they can find their 11th on the board. And bring this one back a bit more. As pointed out, you never want to give up in a game of Counter-Strike. And forZe are showing us exactly why. It's always possible that you could potentially bring this one back. Still, I would say, I do suspect that Gambit should be able to shut this one down eventually. Yeah, decent opportunity here for forZe. If they manage to take a victory in this round, Gambit's economy is going to be depleted. And they should be on an eco for the next one if forZe manages to pick up the victory for this. Giving forZe a decent opportunity to get on 12. Hobbit. We've seen him in this position before. If he's got the timing like he's had a couple of times before, could potentially cause havoc for it.
Exile's position as well, however, he has now been spotted out, and as Shiro falls on the site, he's left in a bit of a predicament. But Hobbit going to make that predicament a little easier for him, taking down 2 from the back lines. Axel's able to secure 1 as well, and forZe, the 2v3 needed to recover this round, but Jerry spots that one towards the stairs. A good kill onto Axel, but the double peek comes through, and he can only muster up the 1. It's Flit against the world. As he gets the bomb planted on that A site, 2 players to find. He's going to back off towards long, take position with the AK. And as Inters is going to be working his way through the bathrooms, they're not going to clear out long for the time being, so Flit definitely has a chance to get a kill and back away here. Especially if Nafani pushes forward, but Nafani playing this one smart, not going forwards, not giving himself up before his teammate's in position to a strike as well. But now, Flit spots out the barrel, he gets the kill as Nafani takes the peek, and now a quick headshot. But can he find the second onto the player in the smoke? A little bit of damage done as he taps the bomb. Flit pushing forward, can't find the shots, but there's no time, and forZe will find the 11th.
They're gonna die.
Dead.
Oh my god, Dan. That was as close as it could get. I was sitting here making myself all pretty for the camera. Or trying to. I don't have time to make myself pretty. It will take all day, but I was trying, okay?
I'm pampering myself right now.
You're what?
Pampering myself. You know, like...
That's weird, man.
Getting myself all dolled up.
Okay, then.
Get the blusher on.
Either way, as pointed out, Gambit, they're now going to be in a bit of a limited buy for this round, giving forZe a real good opportunity for that 12th if they manage to get a good read on Gambit for this, because we only have Shiro defending. Well, he's not even defending the A-bomb side. He's pushed forward quite a bit over towards that long position. That basically means that forZe can just shift walk their way in towards the A-bomb side, plant the bomb, and then just hold off for potential attempts at retaking. But obviously, I know that. They don't. They'll soon find out, though, because they have pushed 3 players exactly as I called, shift walking in towards the A-bomb side, not making a single noise. This is the most silent round I've heard in a while. Well, I haven't heard.
I thought we were in a timeout, I'll be honest.
We haven't even seen forZe throw any utility. Now they go for that utility. Face crack. We'll be pushing in. Flit, face crack, elevator, 3 power. Clean round here for forZe. Not losing any players. Do take a bit of damage on Jerry and face crack. They don't use a lot of their utility either. Very strong round here for forZe. Exactly what they're looking for to bring them back into this game. Does it matter all that much that it's a clean round? Not really, because they don't really have room for mistakes. The silver lining is when you get clean rounds like that and when you work on your economy, even this late in the game, it allows you to lose quite a few players and still be able to buy up entirely on all of your players for the coming rounds. Oh, Shiro missing his jump here. Luckily for him, no one is going for the peak, so he'll be fine.
It does allow as well, obviously, if forZe have the cash behind them, allows them to try and hunt Gambit players. And try and take guns away from them and make their next rounds easier. So that still is a benefit to building up the economy here for the forZe side. But right now, it is gun round galore. As both teams are amply equipped to try and tackle the other. Utility being used towards this B site does actually force Hobbit out of the position he was holding. Does a little bit of burn damage towards him as well as he's down to 70. Not the greatest loss of HP ever recorded in Counter-Strike history, but still, it'll make Hobbit a little bit softer. Now, it's going to need to be the decision from forZe. It looks like the decision is going to be that A site. There's 30 seconds on the clock. There's no turning back now. The bomb is still quite a way away. It needs to commit to this push. And so do forZe. 20 seconds are leaving this one very late. This could go horribly wrong for the forZe side, especially with Shiro on the up. Oh, he just misses the sights line on that player who's starting to push through long, but misses the shot. Gonna get a second chance. No, Jerry will just about close him out. 10 seconds on the clock. He needs to get that bomb planted, but it's out in the open, and Axel can deny it. That is the round. It's over. It's all over. Gambit are going to win it out.